Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. Actually, today we're in the Vote for Alan Studios.
The campaign headquarters.
Campaign headquarters for the Realty Ruckus. You guys, thank you for joining us today. We are here to help your real estate business grow. Sitting next to me, your producers, David Bonilla and Jabron Hernandez. Don't forget that this show is all about you. Drop your questions, comments, concerns, who you're going to vote for. Actually, voting starts this week, so it's really important.
2 days.
In 2 days,
voting
July
kicks
27th, voting kicks off for your HAR Board of Directors. We want to make sure that you guys out there know about that. If you're not a realtor, share this information with a realtor so that they know about it. It's very important for us to vote and get out there and make sure that we get our leadership in the places that we want them to be. Important thing about this year's voting, and actually every year's voting for HAR Board of Directors, is that the voting link comes from a third-party company. It's called Big Pulse.
Big Pulse.
Big Pulse.
Yeah.
Which is really, really strange to me. Why it comes from a third-party company, and then.
So I got the lowdown dirty on why they do this.
Yeah.
So I'll give everyone a very, very quick explanation. It's really dumb. So don't be, if you don't get it, just be like, yeah, I don't get it.
Okay.
So the reason that they do it is because HAR wants to be completely unbiased. They don't want to be ever held accountable for maybe skewing the votes in one way or another. So they go out and they hire this third-party company that does everything on their own private servers, and they add up all the votes, and then they just give the final vote tallies to HAR. So that's why it comes from Big Pulse.
I can understand that.
Now,
that makes sense.
The problem is no one knows who the hell Big Pulse is, and if you get an email from them, what are the chances you're actually going to read it?
No one knows who they are. 1, 2, most of the time it goes directly into your spam.
Yeah.
So most real estate agents, by the way, don't vote. Out of 37,000 agents last year, only 4,000 voted.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
That's less than 10%.
Yeah. So now you guys know why it's important for you guys to know all about it. Before we get started with today's show, which by the way, we have a phenomenal show planned out for you guys today. As
Never
always,
less.
I want to talk a little bit about reciprocity and what that means to you, and why you should always be thinking in terms of delivering value before asking for something. One of the things that happened here recently, I think I showed you guys this email. I get these all the time where somebody will call or send an email and say, hey, I need you to help me set up this happy hour. The last one was actually that. I see that you're doing events. I'd like you to help me set up this event. And I'm like, all right, great. Let's how do we do it? No. I actually just need you to set the event up. Who do you talk to? What are you, what are you doing? And I'm like,
Give me step-by-step instructions.
I'm like, hang on. I don't even.
No, it was funny because
I don't even know you. Like, I don't even know who you are. Like,
short of using the word step-by-step instructions, that's exactly what they were asking for. Just step-by-step instructions. Hey, Alan, I've never even talked to you before.
Yeah.
We're not even friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that's funny because Alan friends everybody.
Yeah.
And
I like to be friendly.
Yeah. So, but they go on there and then you get these weird messages and it's like, hey, I saw that you did a really, really awesome event. Can you set one up for me?
Yeah. I mean, basically that's what it was. And here's the thing. This is not the first time this has happened. I mean, and that's just in that scenario. We get it all the time where somebody will call and say, hey, I noticed you did a phenomenal rehab in this section. Who did you use for this? And it's like, I don't know you. Why would I want to give you a piece of my business? Can you at least tell me about who you are and how we can help each other?
Yeah.
And I think about how that relates to business overall, and I think about it this way. People don't like to do business with people that they don't know and that they don't like. If you don't know them, you automatically don't like them.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a high school friend. I know he's probably watching. I'm sorry that I'm going to throw you under the bus. I had a high school friend reach out to me. I haven't heard from this guy for 16 years plus. I don't know. It's been a long time. I won't date myself and tell you guys exactly how old I am.
You just did by saying you haven't talked to him at 16. So I know you're at least 16 years old.
Well, you have a high school
exactly
buddy.
Right.
You haven't talked to him in 16 years. So I'm just going to go ahead. You haven't talked to him. Assume you haven't talked to him since high school. So check
this out. This guy reaches out and he says, and this is my rant, so I get a chance to let all this steam out, right?
Yeah, I know.
So this guy reaches out and he sends me a friend request and I'm like, yes, cool, high school friend. I get a chance to catch up with someone. And so I send him one, hey dude, what's going on? Long time time no see. How are you? Blah, blah. He sends me back an email. I just want to let you know that I'm in credit service. I'm in credit repair service. I see that you're doing really great. I'd like you to send all your business my way. And I'm like,
whoa.
And I'm like, dude, like, I haven't heard from you in 16 years, and you totally just jumped straight to the sales pitch.
Sending all your business
No.
away.
It's worse. I had one reach out to me as a high school friend. I'm not going to say how many years ago because I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. Yeah, but I did. I had somebody reach out to me. I hadn't talked to this person since like sophomore year of high school. So it wasn't even somebody I talked through high school.
So like back in 04.
And he was like, hey, what's up, man? And I was like, oh, cool. This guy's reaching out to me. What's going on? We're going to catch up. We weren't even like 2 sentences in, and the guy's like, hey, so I've got this service that goes towards businesses, and I can get your cell phone and your electricity and all this other stuff set up. I'm like, oh, man. Like, that's all you reached out to me for was to try to get me to use your services?
Here you are thinking that you're a friend trying to catch up and whatnot, and instead you're being sold on something. And it goes back to what we talked about a couple shows ago. People hate being sold on things. People and here's the thing. I'm the type of person, man, I get tons of emails asking me for things. If it's people that I have a relationship that I know and it's going to help them, dude, I don't care. I'll give them whatever they want.
At least flatter you a little bit. Like, hey, Alan, you're so amazing. I love the way that you do your events. I wish I could do an event like that one day. Well, do you think one day? Yeah, do you think one day I could take you to lunch and maybe you could tell me about events? That even sounds better than the emails you get that are like, hey, Alan, cool events. Do them for me.
Pretty much. Yeah, and so again, I think what it came down to and what we realized it's not that people don't want to help you. Yeah. It's the way that you ask and the value that you're providing. And I think it comes down to every level of business.
Absolutely.
If you're not providing any value and you're jumping straight to the, hey, give me your money, or hey, give me your business, what are you really bringing to the table? And why should anyone actually want to help you?
I couldn't agree with you more. Unfortunately, we do have to get to a commercial break. Now today, on today's show, when we get back from the break, we're going to be talking about which neighborhoods in Houston are the next hottest neighborhoods and whether they'll ever flourish or not. We're also going to be talking about, is it racist? We're bringing back
our
most popular segment, Is It Racist?
We found something incredibly racist.
Hey, we don't know yet.
You guys.
We gotta decide, is it racist or not?
We haven't decided if it's racist or not. So when we get back, we're going to talk about all those things. Remember, you're on the Realty Ruckus. We'll be back after the break.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, for a check on the weather, David, how's it looking out there?
How's it going, everybody? We can expect a high of 93 and a low of 80 today, being partly cloudy, and tomorrow we are looking at some thunderstorms, so make sure to bring a raincoat or something. And then on Thursday and Friday, it's going to be sunny, and the temperatures are going to start creeping up near 100, so it's going to be really hot near the end of the week.
Looks like we got a good
man, we are
weekend
getting up into the hundreds already.
Yeah,
wow.
we are.
It's going to be a hot one this year.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we want to talk about a little bit of what's happening out in some of the neighborhoods. Now, last week we talked about some of the flippiest zip codes, right?
Yes.
And we gave everyone a warning, right? The warning was just because a lot of people are out there flipping.
And people just don't take the warning. I can't tell you how many people I talk to either at networking events or have sent me messages that are like, hey, so you really think that 77096 is a flippy neighborhood?
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, did you not listen to the warning?
I'm pretty sure that came with a disclaimer up front and at the end on why, even though they are the flippiest zip codes, you shouldn't be flipping in those zip codes.
Necessarily, or maybe you should, but that's up to you.
Anyway, let's talk about what's happening in some of the other neighborhoods.
Yeah.
One in particular that's really making some really big changes here in
Absolutely.
Houston. And now we know some people that are directly involved in this neighborhood.
Oh, yeah. So there's one neighborhood that started it all, and it's called Northside Village. Northside Village is just north of downtown. You take the Elysian Bridge over, and then you're in Northside Village. Now, here's the thing about Northside Village. There's a train track that runs right along Elysian. When you get on the right side of the train track, you're no longer in Northside Village. You're now in 5th Ward. On the other side of the train tracks, you're in Northside Village. For the longest time, people kept saying 5th Ward, 5th Ward, 5th Ward. And I kept saying, nah, Northside Village, I think. But I'm not even sure, because I taught in Northside Village at the time, and it was not great. It was bad. Not great is a nice way to say it. I mean, it's always been known as
a really rough area.
Yeah, it was rough. I mean, there was a time one time, and I don't want to get too much off topic, but we literally came outside the school because there was a crackhead on the corner that was passed out and like vomiting right there in front of our school.
Oh, wow.
So, and this in front of an elementary school.
Yeah.
So it was a rough neighborhood. Now, no one ever thought the investors would push over the railroad tracks.
Right.
Everyone said the railroad tracks is the line. Like, no one's going to the 5th Ward side of things.
Yeah, because that was like the rougher part.
Oh, yeah.
Like Northside Village was rough. You had to have like a little street cred to get in.
Yeah.
Now, maybe like a good amount of street
cred. Well,
cred.
it's like, every area has to have the area where people that are banished get sent to that area.
Yeah.
Well, 5th Ward was the area where like the banished people from Northside Village were being sent. Like, no one wanted to live in 5th Ward. It's a really dangerous area.
My wife taught in 5th Ward.
And it wasn't not dangerous.
Does that mean she has street cred now?
Yeah, she has street cred. Vanessa has obvious street cred. Now, look, 5th Ward, ask any police officer, is still one of the most dangerous areas in Houston. You can go, you don't want to drive through there at nighttime.
Yeah, there's still streets you cannot drive through at night.
But with that being said, getting close to downtown is incredibly difficult at 200,000 and under, just like any other price range right now. We always talk about that. 200,000 and under is like the super hot spot.
It's impossible to find anything close to downtown at $200,000 and under. Yet that's where most people right now are getting approved for. Like if you look at everyone
Young
that's
millennials,
out there trying to buy a house, they're getting pre-approvals for about $250,000 and below.
So the question begs then, are they willing to buy houses in a neighborhood like 5th Ward that's historically known for being very dangerous, one of the more crime-prone neighborhoods in all of Houston? Are they willing to go there?
Yeah.
And right now, the data says, they are.
Yeah.
As long as they're $100,000 cheaper than the safer areas, they're willing to give up safety to go to another area, which is very surprising. It's convenience, but man, that is really surprising because it says something about millennials. It says, hey, we'll turn a neighborhood into what we want to turn a neighborhood into, and we're willing to put up with a little bit of headaches in the meantime to spend a little bit less.
Yeah, so there's a builder who has now gone into this area, and so far he has bought hundreds and hundreds of lots.
Yeah, and he buys them ultra cheap at the auction. We're talking about thousands, Yeah, like $2,500 to
Yeah.
$5,000 for a lot.
And then he's gonna go, and then what he's doing is he's going in there and he's building a 1,600 square foot house, something small. He's probably subdividing each lot and dropping three
into
of them.
two. Yeah, he's putting them to two,
them.
2,500 square foot lots each.
And he's selling them for approximately $250,000.
Yeah.
So right in that sweet spot.
Yeah, and David, can you drop the link so that people can actually pull up the pictures of the houses he's building?
I like the pictures. The house looks nice to me, and he said he's built 24 of them, and so far he's sold 22 of those 24.
Yeah, and
Amazing.
he believes in it so much. He's getting ready to build his own office in the neighborhood. Like he thinks that that's the next hotspot, and he may be right. Here's the only issue that I have with it. It's still incredibly dangerous. And I don't know if people remember this. Some people who lived in Houston, maybe they do. If you're not from Houston, you may not. But East Downtown used to be bad.
Yeah.
And the first people that came in there was exactly almost this same thing.
Yep.
Little townhouses, and it was also condo complexes, townhouse complexes that were being built out there. And they used to get broken into like crazy. And they had a lot of crime. And a lot of those places went into foreclosure. They let go of them because they were like, we don't want to live here anymore. And it took a while before it actually rebounded and started picking up again.
Yeah, now it's doing amazing.
It's doing great now, but I don't know if I don't think I would want to be on the front end of it.
Yeah, somebody's got to take that big enough risk and be the early adopter. And typically in those cases, they get the most reward.
Yeah,
like you said, it's
think
gonna
about
be
the people that bought early on in the Heights.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I remember when we were growing up, going to the Heights was rough.
Yeah, the Heights. I remember a time when you used to go to the Heights and you were like, hey, you better not stop too much at one of the stop signs.
There was parts of the Heights that you couldn't stop at, and or at night you'd hear gunshots.
Yeah.
Now you have $1 million houses being built left and right.
So yes, there's a great possibility. Could be the next Fifth Ward. I mean, could be the next Heights, Fifth Ward.
Yeah.
It is a very rough area. If you're willing to take the risk, go for it.
Yeah, let us know what you think in the comments, guys.
But don't say why Picket told me
don't
to go invest in Fifth Ward. When we come back, we're going to jump into maybe is it racist? Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. So make sure you come back after the break. You're on the Realty Ruckus.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, remember, whatever you put in the comments, we can go on there and comment on your comments. So Pam went on there. She asked for the link. We posted the link.
What's up, Pam?
Anything that you could ever want. That's what we're here for, guys. This show is not
you
about
could ever
us.
want.
Anything you could ever want. Just don't
Hold on now.
Just don't ask us to set up your events for you. Because that part we may not be cool with.
We can't do your job for you. And speaking of doing your job, when it comes to real estate, I feel like all of our friends and family feel like we sit behind a desk and twiddle our thumbs all day.
And you know what? I think that there are some people out there who they get to their office, especially when you're first getting started and you don't have a lot of direction, and you get to your office, you sit down and you pull out your computer and you're like, all right, well, I've got my new @whitepicketrealty.com email.
Yes. What do I do?
Check. And you're like, I have my name tag. Check. Business cards. Check. Now I'm going to twiddle my thumbs for the next 8 hours because I don't know what to do.
Yep.
So what we want to do is give people advice out there. And this is for real estate agents. This is also for investors. And this is just really building a business, period.
Yeah.
If you find yourself coming into your office or sitting at your home office or going to your local Starbucks, wherever it is that you work out of, and you find yourself getting there and being like, okay, now what do I do? I talked to that one client who called me. I responded to that one lead that I'm working on
That's
right
it,
now.
I'm done.
And
Packing
then
it
that's
up.
it for my day. What do I need to be doing? So we've put together a list here of the 9 things, and we borrowed this from Inman, but we're also adding some and taking some out. And these are things that you need to be doing if you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs. Consider doing these instead, and you'll be able to start generating income now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what happens most of the time, especially with anyone that just gets into the real estate industry, is they get a little lost, because when you're in a 9 to 5, think about what happens. You get there, you're in your 9 to 5, and someone hands you a to-do list. And basically you knock out your to-do list, and you do it better and better every day,
until you do it so fast that you're really only working 3 hours a day out of the 8 hours, and the other 5 you spend twiddling your thumbs a lot and sitting on your hands and finding out how many times you can spin in your chair without getting dizzy. All of those things, right?
Brandon is agreeing with all of this.
Brandon says he only really spends 10 minutes working now.
This scares me. This scares me tremendously.
But that's what a regular
I've
job
seen one
is.
of Alan's assistants just, I don't even know how, just take a nap, just sitting up.
Just completely sitting up napping? Yeah, that's a special skill.
Bro, how are you even doing that?
What are you talking about? Who did that? We're going to have to have a discussion about this later.
We'll get onto your assistants here in a bit. But that's the reality.
Red-handed.
Oh, boy.
When you work a W-2 9 to 5 job, you expect your boss to tell you what to do. And if your boss doesn't tell you what to do, you continue to get a paycheck even if you're just sitting there.
Right.
What you have to remember is when you own your own business, whether that's insurance agent, realtor, lawyer,
investor,
hair salon, investor, plumber, it doesn't matter. If you're running your own business, you're no longer getting paid by the hour.
Right.
So start forgetting about working by the hour. You're not an hourly employee anymore. You now work for yourself, and you got to take advantage of every last minute that you have to generate business for your business.
Right.
So let's get into our list of the 9 things people can be doing rather than sitting on their hands, twiddling their thumbs, and counting the spins in their chair.
So number one, we decided to discuss responding. And we decided to discuss this because we run into so many people in this industry that just literally do not respond.
Oh my gosh.
Emails, phone calls. I mean, it's almost like you have to fax them in order for them to respond.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what's the oldest? Okay, I'm going to send a horse a boogie down to send you a message.
I'm going to send you some smoke signals so that you can finally respond to any of the messages that I'm sending to you. Because, seriously, I mean, it's so hard to get people to respond to you. And I get it. We get busy, right? And unfortunately, we get busy doing the wrong things and not really doing things that make us money.
I agree.
But responding in this industry is so key. And so what do you think the average amount of response time should be nowadays? What are people expecting?
Well, look, it depends what it is for. So I've set rules around my responses now. Email, 24 hours.
Yeah.
Right? I let people know that. If you send me an email, you'll get a response within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Now, text messaging, I'm a little bit more instant on that.
Yeah.
Like text messaging, I get it. If it seems very urgent, I try to respond very quickly.
Yeah.
A phone call, If I'm on the phone, I can't take a phone call. Now, if you call me twice in a row, I'm going to take that call. But I may take the call and say, is this an emergency?
Yeah.
And if not, then I'll hang up.
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem, though. I can't tell you how many countless letters I've received from investors, and I like to call them sometimes just to find out what new wholesalers are out there, what's going on with the people, what new seminar they got taught and that they're doing. Because for a while there, I got a bunch of letters about, we want to buy your notes, we want to buy your notes, and I'm like, oh, there must be a big note buying seminar. Yeah. You have no idea how many of those letters I called to be like, hey, yeah, I actually have some notes that I'm willing to sell.
We did have
which
some
at the
notes to
time
sell.
I had some notes I wanted to sell.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Guess I called about 7 people who sent us letters.
Yeah.
How many of those do you think actually responded? Ever?
One
ever responded. I sent him all the information he asked for by email. Never heard back from him again.
Oh, he just responded the once?
He responded once to be like, hey, I got your phone call, because he didn't respond.
Isn't that crazy?
He didn't answer the phone.
They weren't expecting that.
None of them answered the phone.
Oh, shit, it worked.
Period.
Yeah.
Out of the ones that didn't answer, only one replied to my voicemail.
Yeah.
And out of that one that replied to my voicemail, he never responded to my email with the information he requested.
Yeah. And you had notes to sell.
You can't run a business if you don't respond.
Yeah.
Period.
Exactly. I think that comes from the fear of making money. I talk about this a lot with some of the agents when we get a chance to sit down and try to pinpoint where that fear comes from. But I truly believe that the majority of the people out there that get into the business are actually afraid of making money. And it just seems that way to me, because the way that they're operating is counterintuitive to what things they should or would do if they wanted to actually make the money.
Absolutely. Right? I have a challenge for everyone listening right now. Go out there, find the next bandit sign that you see, and call it.
Yeah.
And find out, one, is that person even going to answer?
Yeah.
If they don't answer, then wait and see, do they call you back? Don't call them twice. Wait and see, do they call you back? Because I want you guys to see how many people out there are wasting money on marketing and then doing nothing about the leads that are coming in. Because they don't know that whoever's calling is not serious about selling them a house or anything. You have to take every single lead just as serious.
Yeah.
And if you're not responding, you're losing money.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing about, because I had somebody tell me this, well, you know, it's been like 3 days since they called me, and now I'm embarrassed to call them back because I didn't respond immediately. And I was like, that has got to be the most asinine thing I've ever heard. That is a lead. I don't care if it was 3 years ago. Yeah. Call them and find out. Are they still interested?
Find out where they're at.
Yeah, just be like, hey, I know I never called you back, but now I'm calling you back.
I always remember that house. It was right off of Richmond. I forget the name of the street. And it took me 2 years to get that person to sell to us.
Oh, the one on Westmoreland. Yeah, I remember that.
And I mean, we followed up, and we went from one price to the other, and then finally 2 years later, the guy called and was like, "Hey, man, I think I'm ready." And
yeah, it was hilarious because that guy, he kept calling Alan Carlos.
Oh, I remember that.
And Alan was like, hey, man, my name is Alan, not Carlos. And the guy would be like, oh, okay. And by the end of each phone call, Alan would become Carlos again. Yeah. Well, all right, Carlos, I really appreciate it, man. And he would hang up.
At one point, I was just like, I guess my name's Carlos, I guess. It makes more sense.
Because you were Hernandez, that's why.
Are we playing Is It Racist already? Or what?
Is it racist, right? That wasn't the Is It Racist segment. If you think that's racist, then that's just a warm-up. Yeah. Those were the warm-ups, guys. We got the real deal stuff coming.
Number 2 on this list, I don't really like. I disagree with it. I think it's kind of a silly thing to spend a lot of time on. It talks about watching inventory. Houses are bought, sold, taken off the market daily. Be on top of MLS. Now, there is a time to be on top of MLS. There is a time to do it. If you're representing buyers, great.
Yeah.
If you're the investor who's only buying in 1 or 2 zip codes, you may want to run a hot sheet on a daily basis.
Oh, yeah.
And actually see what's been listed, what's been taken off the market, or big price reductions. Yeah. Like, let's say you're an investor.
Brandon didn't understand your non-millennial term, hot sheet.
Okay, hot sheet is a list you can pull up on MLS
explain hot
that tells you the actions that have taken on that for that day.
For all the millennials who don't understand what hot sheets are, hot sheets used to be faxed into you, okay?
Yeah.
And you would get a fax every day, and it would be the hot sheet. It would be all of the houses that were either price reduced or price the raise. Something changed around the listing.
They either came onto the market or they were reduced or went option
pending or anything, and that was the hot list. And you would set up different hot lists. Now, Brandon has no idea what that is because this is after hot list ever existed. What are you cracking up about?
I'm sorry. Brandon Chalmers says, for some reason, I feel the urge to vote for Alan.
What?
I wonder why.
It's subliminal. We're trying to be really subtle about it, okay?
Yes, so subtle.
Hey, thanks Danny Baker for watching. He says this is good stuff even for an inspector. So now we have an inspector watching.
Hey, that's awesome,
Hey,
man.
but that's the thing. The inspector business is not different than the real estate
No
investor
businesses
business
are
or
different.
the real estate, whatever business.
The
It's same
basis
thing.
of success for all businesses is exactly the same.
Yeah.
So yes, on that second one, watching inventory, if you're not actually representing a client, don't be sitting at your computer and being like, man, the inventory is really moving up and down.
I've been checking MLS all day. Now I know what's going on.
Then you may as well twiddle your
Yeah.
thumbs. But if you're doing it for a client, well, that's to me part of responding. Because now you're responding to a client's request. A client wants something. You're responding by watching the inventory and giving them information back. So don't just sit there and do it. Don't just sit there and look at inventory to look at inventory.
Yeah.
Do it with a purpose.
Yeah.
Number 3, you're huge on this one. I'm huge on this one. This is something that anyone can do across any business. If you're just getting started, this is the number one most important thing you have to do.
If you think about it, what do we tell our agents to do the minute that they start with us?
Day one, that they sign a contract with David, the very first thing David does is set them up with an Excel sheet and say, start building your database so that when you get your CRM set up, I was going to say your line desk, but your CRM set up, we happen to use line desk, you are ready to hit the ground running.
Yeah.
It's really funny because the moment I sign on a new agent, the first thing they literally do is just looking at me and twiddle their thumbs. They're like, what do I do now?
I'm signed on.
What's next, David?
You should tell them to check inventory.
No, the first step we do give them is start building that database up.
Yeah, it's so important for you to have a database. And then people always say to me, well, I don't really know that many people. How do I create a database? Guys, yes, you do know people.
You know so many people.
Don't give me that BS that you don't know people.
Yeah.
You have all of your family, first of all. They go into your database.
How many people are in most people's family? Like maybe like at least 10 people,
20,
right?
10 to 20.
10 to 20 people?
I would say 10 is a small family.
I would say
most families are at least 20.
If everyone, no matter who, knows 20 people, then those people know 20 people also. So even if you just go 2 levels up, look at how many people you already know.
Oh, absolutely. And think about it. All of your family out there, unless you're like the hated black sheep in the family, that they're like, God dang it, Jabron is asking
why did he go into real estate?
Yeah, but reach out to your family. Let them know, hey, I'm getting ready to really kick off my real estate business. I want to make sure that I make a big splash out there in the market.
Sure.
Do you have anybody you can refer to me?
Yeah.
Even if you only have 20 people in your family and they each give you 2 people, that's 40 more people you can add to your database. You're now at 60 people that are just one step away from actually knowing you.
Let me put it to you guys this way. If you know 20 people in your family and all of those people somehow only refer you to one other person that will actually do a transaction with you, you will have double the amount of transactions that most agents do in Houston.
That is so true,
How
man.
about that?
That is so true, yeah.
We're only talking about 1 referral per person that you know. It's wild. All right, we have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we will continue our list and eventually, finally, get into Is It Racist? You definitely want to stay tuned for that. You're on the Realty Ruckus. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service and an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you ask your questions live on the air, we will answer them live on the air. Now, Giant Allen decided to make a stop by the studio here for this next segment, so just don't mind him. It's subliminal, okay?
Exactly.
It's subliminal marketing. We're trying to be as subtle as we can be about who we want you to vote for in the next HAR elections.
July 27th, look for big polls, guys. That's the most important part of this. I couldn't believe when I heard
Big
that.
Allen, big polls?
Yeah, there you go.
They go together. You can't forget that. Come on now. You can't forget that.
Thanks a lot, you guys. All right, let's finish the list. We started talking about the things that anyone that gets into real estate should be doing.
Absolutely.
The top 9 things. We covered some of the ones we like responding. Some of the ones that we don't like very much, like sitting at your desk and watching inventory. We got into building a database. We talked about how important that is and why you should really be dedicating some time to that. Next thing is scheduling. So number 4, scheduling. Why is that important? Why is scheduling even on this list?
Well, I have this thing that I call the old paradigm of running a business, which is you have actual work hours, and then there's a new paradigm, which is create your schedule, right?
Right.
And obviously there's a lot more intricacies to that. That's the basics of it. But scheduling out your day, this includes everything. All the tasks that you're going to be doing for your business, scheduling out when are you planning to, if you want to go to the gym, when are you going to go to the gym? If you're going to plan on having dinner every night with your family, when is that dinner time going to be happening?
Yep.
We tend to make things happen that we already see in our calendars.
Yeah.
Think about it like a vacation mode. You know vacation's coming.
You have your to-do list that you got to get
Yeah,
complete.
you're like, I have to pack my bags. I have to make sure that I'm ready. I got to have tickets. Or is my passport good to go? You check all that stuff.
Yeah.
So when we put those things into our calendar and then you look at it and you're like, okay, well, man, Saturday I have an open house. I'm twiddling my thumbs right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go buy stuff for my open house and print out flyers and get things ready.
Yeah.
So we start looking forward and saying, what are we needing to prepare for? That's why scheduling is so important.
Yeah, so here's the thing. We talk about living life powerfully all the time and living life by design. And ultimately what it comes down to is plugging in the items that are most important to you into a format that is going to remind you to stay on task.
Absolutely.
Right? So if you, like you said, if you decided, hey, I really want to, whatever, go to the gym this week.
Big Allen's creeping me out.
Big
man.
Allen is right
He's
there.
like looking at me.
He's staring at us right now. He's like, what are you guys talking about? Hey, it's important to get it all on your calendar. Even down, like, David, I always think about when you talked about doing the Pomodoros and how important that's been for our production.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, when it's time to get something done, drop a 20-minute timer on your computer. Get it done.
Yeah.
Give yourself
Yep.
the amount of time that you need to do it and actually do it. Don't do anything else except that.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing. If you're going to create a schedule, make sure that you live by that schedule. Because the second that you start to say, well, I guess that I can move that over here, move that over there, and it's really just you procrastinating, having that schedule is no good anymore. You may as well throw out the whole schedule.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right on that one. And living by the schedule, I get it. I get in trouble for it all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
Right? Because things change sometimes.
Yeah.
Some things are unavoidable. The other thing is like when my wife is like, hey, we didn't do this and you said we would. And I'm like, did you put it on the schedule?
Oh, yeah, I did. I did the same thing. No. My girl said, hey, we haven't had a date night and we didn't go to the movies like you said we would. And I said, whoa. I told you put that on a calendar. If it's not on a calendar, it's not going to happen.
If it's not on the calendar, it's not true.
Yeah.
That's the way I see
man,
it.
you know
it's
what?
never going to happen.
Yeah, you heard that, Ashley? Put it on the calendar.
Yeah, put it on a calendar. But seriously.
Hey, that's how simple it is to like hang out. All you got to do is put some time on the calendar, and then we can do whatever they want.
All right, let's get through numbers 5 through 9 because
The whole damn
I
counter's
want to
gonna be
make
filled up
sure
now.
that we get to Is It Racist? I know that
Yes.
there's people out there just
Oh, yeah.
waiting
Just
for
waiting
the
for
Is
that
It
segment.
Racist.
We love playing
So we're going
that.
to go through numbers 5 through 9 nice and quickly. Here we go.
Number 5 is making contact, meaning that you have to make time to actually go out there and create new contacts, and then continue to keep your pipeline full of new contacts.
We talked about this one time. 5 calls, 5 minutes each day.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
you knock out your contact in half an hour, and you've asked 5 people for the business.
Now, and here's the thing: these could be people that are already in your pipeline that you want to make a connection with, or continue to build a relationship, or 5 new people that you haven't spoken to.
Or you can do 5 in each.
But regardless, 5 minimum on a daily basis keeps
Absolutely.
the doctor away.
And here, again, the biggest thing I hear from agents around that is, well, I've already contacted everyone in my database. And my answer to that is, then go find new people to put in your database.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Starbucks down the street. There's an Olive Garden right here. There's a Saltgrass. Do you know how many people sit at that bar during lunchtime? Do you know how many people go to that Starbucks in the mornings?
Yeah.
Go in there, grab a coffee, talk to people and be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? My name is blah, blah, blah. This is what I do. Guarantee you half of those people are other business people. They're looking to spread their business too.
Yep. Number 6 is attending appointments. In my opinion, besides building and maintaining your database, making contacts, this is the most important thing, because this is what actually makes you money.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Getting belly to belly.
This is what we call being belly to belly with someone. When you're sitting at the table with them and you're giving them your way of how you can help them solve something, which brings us to number 8, which is problem solving.
Yep.
The person that is solving the most problems is making the most money.
I agree.
Right? And I skipped number 7 on purpose because I know we want to get to Is It Racist, but number 7 is negotiating. Yes, important part of the business at any given moment, if you're in real estate, is negotiating. But I feel like all these 3 go, they're one. It's one thing that you're doing when you're sitting across the table with someone.
Yep.
If you're at an appointment with a motivated seller, a motivated buyer, whoever it is that you deal with, if you're an inspector, I know that we have an inspector watching right now, you're sitting across the table from your client, you want to make sure that they understand what value you're bringing to them. If there's a negotiation in place, that's the time to have it. And if you're going to solve a problem, this is your opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And then number 9, and there's number 9. I'm going to add a number 10. But number 9, and this is super important, start figuring out what your marketing plan is and executing on that marketing plan. One of the things that drives me crazy the most about people that are just getting started in any industry is when they don't have a marketing plan and they just want to go out and spend a bunch of money.
Yeah.
You need to know who you're going to be targeting, how you're going to target them, what you plan to spend on targeting them, and you have to have all of that written down in a plan so that you can continue to go back to it and go, oh, that's right. That's how I'm supposed to get business, because you will forget. As you go through the day-to-day grind of doing your job, like the home inspector, we're going to keep bringing him back up just because he's listening, but this is just how it goes across all industries. Whether you're out there showing a bunch of houses, you're doing all this other stuff, you will forget inevitably to do your marketing.
Sure.
And when you close all those deals out, you're going to go, oh my God, I don't have any business.
We see it with our agents all the time.
Yeah, it's a very common
This is a
mistake.
vicious cycle.
It is.
The cycle is you get to the point where you've created enough of a pipeline. The pipeline starts creating income.
Yep.
Now you're focused on doing all of the other tasks that are involved in actually closing those transactions and collecting money. But you have forgotten in the meantime to do anything to keep that pipeline full. So now you're done. You've collected your fair share. And you go back and your pipeline is now empty and you have to start from scratch again.
And this usually happens around now, the summer season. They're busy. They're doing, they're doing these deals into the fall, keeps them busy. And then at the end of it all, they're looking like Ned Stark, warning everybody that winter's coming. No business is on the way.
Look at this guy, Game of Thrones references.
I know, I like that, man. He just snuck that one in there. And then number 10 that I wanted to add to the list, because the list is not comprehensive in my opinion, because it's missing one very important aspect, and that's making sure that you're going back and you're checking your finances and that you understand how many deals have I actually done, how many have I closed, how much have I actually been making, and if I'm not making what I want to be making, start looking for what you can do to create that. And you can't be aware of that unless you're taking the time to figure out what did I actually make.
You're absolutely right. It's kind of cool that you mentioned that, because one of the things that I got a chance to speak to with some of the other brokers here in town, was where they saw the failures in their agents.
Yep.
One of the things that we always want to talk about is how we bring value to our clients. In our case, we're building a brokerage. How do we bring value to our agents, right? And one of the things we came to a conclusion on, me and these other brokers, was that most agents fail because they forget to keep track of their expenses.
Yep.
They forget to realize where their money is really going, and they see a $10,000 paycheck, and it's already they already have an $11,000 expense.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And
or they've already spent that $10,000.
Yeah.
That $10,000 that's coming in has already been spent on other marketing and that company car that they had to go get wrapped and all this other stuff.
Usually it's not other marketing.
Yeah.
If that was
usually
the case,
it's brand new shiny toys.
Yeah, it's usually something really, really shiny for sure.
All right. Oh,
Go ahead.
Well, we can't jinx each other, or else there would be no show. It'd just be David talking.
Let's move on to what everyone wants to talk about.
Yes.
Our favorite segment, and we don't get a chance to play this very often, but when we do, we love to bring it up and give you guys the opportunity to tell us. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Is it racist? You guys were supposed to join me on this.
I missed that one.
Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3.
Is it racist?
There you go. Now we got it. Now we got it down. So, Brandon was actually going through Reddit.
Yes.
And he found us
because that's what millennials do now.
Yeah, remember I told you, Brandon?
Dude, honestly, there's some great material on there for the show.
Okay, great. That's just like,
thank you, Brandon.
that's what a crackhead says whenever they tell him to stop smoking crack. He's like, but that crack just makes me really think a lot.
Hey, tell me this isn't great. This is gold right here.
This is gold.
So,
all right,
there is a house, and this is a real house in Houston.
Yes, a real listing.
You'll see the listing up on the screen right now if you're watching the show. The legal description for it, the agent, whoever it was, thought that he would be funny.
Wait, you put it up on the screen?
Yeah. And if you look at the legal description,
it's highlighted at the bottom.
Under subdivision, it's highlighted. The subdivision, he wrote Mex-E-Can with a Y. Mexican. And it's in Second Ward, which is that's East End. But this is the very Hispanic part of East End. So yes, it is a very Mexican neighborhood. It is true. But we went in, we looked it up. There is no subdivision Mexican recorded.
Can you imagine?
In the Houston property in the Harris County property records, there is no Mexican subdivision. Now, I thought Brandon was just playing with me when he showed this to me. So I went in, I looked it up. This is real.
Oh, God.
This is real. An agent really labeled it this way.
Yes.
And I can tell you.
What's going to happen to this agent?
He had to go in and do it manually because when you click find on the MLS, it automatically puts a legal description in for you.
Yes.
So he had to go in there, and you know what? I feel bad for this guy.
Yeah.
Because it's hilarious, yes. And he thought probably he was being hilarious.
It is funny. He's sitting at home laughing right now.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I put Mexican and they didn't say anything. But this guy is on the verge of probably losing his license because the question here is what he did racist?
Yes. All right. So we want. We want your opinion on what you think of this listing. You can drop your comments, questions, concerns, any kind of trolling that you want to do. Drop them down below. But in the meantime, if you believe this is racist, give us a thumbs up. We want to hear from you. Of course, if you don't believe this is racist and you think, hey, this is just funny, then give us something else. Give us like the angry face.
Yeah, give us the angry face. If you think it's racist, give us the angry face.
There you
go. If you think it's funny, give us the laughing face.
It's funny and racist.
If it's funny and racist,
then give us both.
Then give us a Dave Chappelle face. But it's true. This is crazy to me because David just looked him up. This guy has.
We're getting some funnies and we're getting some thumbs up. We're getting some people that think it's racist. We're getting some people that think it's funny.
Most people seem to think that it's really funny and it's a little bit racist. Now, here's my idea. In my personal opinion, what he did violates.
Wait, which one's racist?
I don't
see
know.
All these Mexicans on here talking about laughing at.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of Hispanics on there laughing, which maybe it's not racist. But
well, you know what? It in my opinion, it is racist.
Yeah.
But when I see stuff like this, I'm not the kind of person that gets automatically insulted and is ready to go burn this guy's house down or something. You know what I mean? I get it. He's trying to be funny. What he doesn't realize though is it's unacceptable for him to do this as a licensed professional.
It is. It's very unacceptable. And here's my opinion.
Here we go.
You're a licensed broker. You can answer to this as a licensed broker.
Mm-hmm.
Still Mexican.
Is this not in violation?
Drop the link below so they can see it.
Let's put it on there because I want people to know that we're not kidding about this. This
is
a
a real listing that is active right now.
We're actually out of time, so we got to go to break. But I will drop the listing below.
During the break, we're gonna drop the link down there for you in the comments. We'll finish talking about that.
Check out the
when we
listing.
get back from the other side of the break. But let us know in the comments. Do you think it's racist? Is he okay? Do you think that he's going to lose his license or potentially be suspended or anything else?
I think his broker should probably drop him.
We'll find out after the break. You're on the Realty Ruckus.
We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on the Mexican Realty Ruckus. You can listen to us live on El Facebook and El YouTube.
El Facebook
y El YouTube. Where if you ask your questions live on the air, we can answer them during the show. Now, before we went to break, we brought up our segment of Is It Racist? And what we brought in was an actual listing from a producer. Now, we looked this guy up during the break because we were curious about who he is. He's got 18 active listings, and he's closed 137 properties in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So this guy is a producer.
This guy's doing some volume.
Let's see what his subdivision says in 5th Ward.
He's doing deals, and oh god, please tell me he doesn't change the subdivision names out in 5th Ward. That would be really bad.
Man, that would be really
but
bad.
Here's the thing.
No.
You're not even allowed to say things like family-friendly neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because that's considered discriminatory to people who don't have families.
That's true.
You are not allowed to put things in your listing like great for a young couple because now you're discriminating against an older couple. You can't put this is perfect for a couple of old folks because now you're discriminating against old folks and young people. There's a lot of things that Trek says you can't do that because it violates other people's rights.
Yeah, but Mexican.
I don't know.
No one ever did put Mexican in any of those.
That's true. No one ever put that.
So to his defense, I mean, it's really not written anywhere.
I get what you're saying. It's hilarious, and it's not really written anywhere. But I guarantee you, after all this is said and done, there will be some Trek administrative penalty for this.
Yeah, of course. This is discrimination
and probably
against
an HAR
entire
penalty
culture.
too.
I mean, the guy should know better.
Yeah, and then those people out there that are like, look, it's not that big of a deal. If it was against your culture that it said on that, you might laugh a little bit, but at the same time, you wouldn't want that.
Oh, yeah, we're laughing, but it's still not right.
Yeah, it's still just because we're laughing, we think it's funny, doesn't mean it makes it right.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're going to leave it off after that. It is clearly racist. It should not have been done.
I think everyone agrees. We got most of what we got was angry faces and thumbs up.
Yeah, which means really funny racist.
Yeah.
So we see what kind of people listen to this show.
I know, right? Thanks a lot, you guys.
So what we want to do next is we want to jump into Alan's tip of the day.
Yes.
And this is where Alan tells you what he thinks is out there. One awesome tip to improve your quality of service in your business.
Well, here's the thing. I get this all the time. I run into someone at a happy hour, at a networking event, at any event, and you hit it off with that person. You're having a great conversation. You decide at some point someone throws it out. Hey, we should have lunch, and it's always like we should have lunch next week, or we should have lunch, tomorrow, or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're so excited, you're caught in the moment that you're like, yeah, let's do it.
Yep.
And then you make that mistake of not checking your calendar first and having to potentially reschedule.
Yep.
And that pretty much ruins everything. You have to go back. You have to apologize for making the mistake.
Absolutely.
You have to try to clear up your integrity.
Yeah.
Right? and after 5 emails, you're barely back at 0 and still going to try to just find a way to meet with that person.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll agree with you. It happens to me all the time too, man. You get in that heat of the moment and someone's like, man, we should totally do lunch on Thursday. And it's like, cool, yeah, I'll do lunch on Thursday. And then they'll contact you back and they'll be like, oh, man, we're going to go to lunch at this place. And then you look at your calendar and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm already double booked because I didn't check my calendar before. And now I'm triple booked and I've got a lot of cleaning up to do.
Those are the worst days when you double book yourself on something and you have to figure out which one is most important to you, right? And you have to apologize to one party.
Yep.
And man, you look like a complete A.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I hate doing that. I want to make sure that everyone else out there finds a way to not do that. For me, it ended up saying me having the conversation of I can't commit to anything unless I check my calendar.
Yeah.
And then of course, now that I have an assistant, having my assistant manage the calendar. Yeah. And that has been a tremendous improvement in the overall experience that a client or anyone out there that's looking to connect with me gets, because we're not having to go back and forth on canceling or on where we're going to meet or any of that. It's real clear cut. Here it is. Here's when. Here's the time. Let's get it done, and it's easy.
Yeah, and anyone who has a busy calendar, eventually you're going to have to move things around. But really what the tip is referring to today is you should have to move around less things because you made a mistake. And it's as simple as saying, let me check my calendar real quick. No one's feelings are going to be hurt if in the moment you're like, well, I'm not so sure, let me check my calendar. Or reach out to me tomorrow and we'll find the best time. But you don't have to feel obligated to commit to something right then and there in that moment that you may not be able to commit to.
Exactly. So that's the tip of the day. Hopefully you guys can plug that into your businesses and create more business through that. Let's talk about some of the events that we have coming up, because I know we have some really good ones.
Definitely. So this one, I wanted to correct a mistake I had made on the previous 2 shows. I had advertised this event by our very own Michael Boyd. It's a Gulf Coast real estate networking event, and that I had said it's Friday the 28th, but it's actually tomorrow the 26th from 6:30 to 8:30.
And this is just like a networking mixer, right?
Yeah.
This is where all of the real estate professionals down in the southeast part of
area.
town.
So look, Mike said, I live in Timbuktu.
Yeah.
Timbuktu to us. To him, it's just his home. But to us, it's Timbuktu.
Sure.
And he was like, it's all the networking events are so far because they're all located in central Houston. And there's a few, they're like Woodlands Group, and there's one that's like
Katy
Sugarland,
and
Southwest, and one in Katy. And he's like, hey, there's nothing going on in this part of town, the southeast part of town. I'm going to create it. And that's what the Gulf Coast Real Estate Networking Group is. And that's what they meet up to do.
Yeah, 6:30 to 8:30, La Brisa Mexican Grill, and that's at 501 North Wesley Drive. Make sure to RSVP. I do have that event up on the Houston Real Estate Events page. And then also, that's going to round out this month. And then next week on August 1st, we're kicking off Alan's campaign party at Lincoln Bar from 4 to 7 p.m. We're going to have, some drink tickets for people showing up early, some giveaways, games, fun, and then that night will lead into the karaoke that Lincoln Bar hosts there at the bar. So I'm really looking forward to sticking around this time and hearing a few of our agents sing.
Absolutely. And then for our agents that are watching this week, we have a couple of really, really cool events for you guys. So make sure that you check our calendar, check our Facebook page. On Wednesday, we're going to be getting together for a small little pool party. So that's just for all of our agents that are new to get to know each other. And then on Thursday,
I'm excited about this.
Let's talk about Thursday, because Thursday is really, really awesome. I'm really excited to really bring that out for all of our agents that are listening.
Yeah, and this is something that even if you're not an agent of White Picket and you want to come just tag along, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
But we've created something here at the office called White Picket Communities. And this is all focused around agents and what they like to do outside of work, right? Because we find ourselves often work, and then what is it? What's the saying from that movie? All work and no play makes
somebody a dull something.
Yeah, something like that. But basically, all work and no play.
Yeah,
we want to
no
make
fun.
sure that people have an access to do the things that they want to do, that they enjoy doing. So one of our members here at White Picket Realty, he's actually one of our new team members. He reached out and he said, "I love biking."
Yeah.
But I can never find anyone to go biking with. And so we're going to go biking on Thursday, all of us together as a team. He's going to come out. He's going to lead the biking group. We're all going to bike together. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're listening and you're out there and you want to come biking with us, come on, let's do it.
Bring your bike, 7 a.m. if you can wake up that early.
At Terry Hershey Park?
At Terry Hershey Park. And we'll get together. It'll be a big group of us. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, we're going to ride out from Highway 6 to Beltway and then back to Highway 6. It's about a 10-mile ride. Real easy, leisurely. We're going to go at the pace of the slowest person out there. It's just really to get out and to give everyone who enjoys bike riding an opportunity to get out and ride their bike.
Exactly.
Yeah, so reach out to a White Picket team member if you're interested in joining us and get an invite.
Awesome. Is there any other cool events that we have coming up?
There's a lot. So Alan's campaign party, we covered that. On the 3rd of August, the Maya team is hosting a summer mixer up in the Kingwood area at Carrabba's Italian Grill. And then on the 8th, Tuesday the 8th of August, we're having the White Picket and Jet Lending Happy Hour. And that's from 6 to 9 at St. Arnold's. Guys, again, that's a great event. Over 250 real estate professionals, free beer all night long, free food, and we'll probably have someone up on the stage speaking this time around too.
Yeah, we are working very hard to get a prominent speaker to come out there. And when I mean a prominent speaker, I mean somebody out there who's actually a big producer, has actual results that they can show, and can give us all something of value.
Absolutely. And that's what we want to do with these events, by the way, especially the August 8th happy hour. It's about going there, networking with great people who are out there really taking this business seriously, and leaving with not only some business cards, your tummy full, a beer in your hand, just having a good time.
Yeah,
that's what
that
it's
sounds
all
like
about.
a great night.
Yeah.
And then obviously we got to remember that the after party is happening at where is that at again?
That's right.
Oh, Last Concert Cafe off of Nance Street.
So August 8th, we have our happy hour.
That's the official after party, by the
Now,
way.
the happy hour ends around what time, you think?
The happy hour ends at 9.
You have to
and
be out
that's-
there by 9.
Yeah, and that's one thing we're going to be really strict on because we've got lingerers, people who hang around afterwards. So that's why we're also creating the after party. So you don't have to linger.
You just come around afterwards and we'll say linger.
Yeah. I'm just going to bring stickers next time that I'm going to slap on people that say linger on them.
And the happy hour spot or the after hour spot.
Yeah, the after hour spot on there, right?
Cool, very nice.
And then on the 16th, Wednesday the 16th, third Wednesday of every month, Jet Lending and Renters Warehouse have their huge happy hour down at Redneck Country Club. And then that Friday, White Picket is having a huge Summer's End party here to launch our newest training programs, the Team Management and Accountability Program. So come out, check those out, get to meet some of the first participants, and see what has been generating so much buzz for White Picket lately and what our expansion plans look like.
Very cool. I can't wait to share all of those events with you guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. It has been a phenomenal show. I've enjoyed every bit of it. Can't wait to see you guys next week. Don't forget to keep up your ruckus, and we will see you guys next time. Have a great day.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.